Pat's back with the pavers. Paver Pete.
You should probably stop the recording by the time you get to the trailer and get the first pallet off and then start the recording.
Yeah, we're gonna see how he brought the pavers this morning. He did a great job. I told him it was so good, don't ever do it that good again. Alright, welcome back everyone that's keeping up with this playlist here. We're on to laying the pavers today. For anyone interested in operating out, is a Kubota SVL 75-2. It's about a 10,000 pound machine and can lift up these full pallets of pavers that are sometimes around 3,500 pounds without a problem. It's a very nice machine to have, and it's been very reliable. And one of the best features that a lot of people that drive these will tell you is the overhead door. So you can't see it in this view right here, there's no door, but it's actually above me. It slides up and over your head instead of having to open upward, like outwards into where you're operating, which is one of the biggest causes of damage to a door on a skid steer, is the ones that open out and then they end up getting crushed by the boom or something, just issues. So there's a lot of good things about the skid steer. Here I gotta move the forks in a little bit because the pallets are kind of small from Techo-Bloc. But other than that, we're just kind of staging the pavers out. We're gonna get the pavers in our work area, which makes the most sense, and we're gonna lay in these pavers. So stay tuned. Let's get into the day. Yeah, you see how we put the little one on top of that one? Don't do it. Not good. So much fun, guys, when that happens. Alright guys, we are screeded, troweled, smoothed out. Grades are good, all set. Just want to go over the pavers we got today. We got Techo-Bloc. We use a lot of Techo-Bloc products, a lot of our walls, pavers. But, it's blue 60 millimeter, it's its thickness. And then smooth face, there's no texture, it's smooth. And it's the color is Chestnut Brown. And has the border to match like the reds of the house, the brick and everything. We have a Villagio is the product, and it's Merlot is the color. So that's going to be the contrast. I like these pavers a lot. And these are the Villagio Merlot accent border pavers. So we're gonna start laying them, and we're gonna start up against the landing here, because we'll lay the landing and then we want to stop wherever it makes sense for the pavers, so we don't have to cut the whole edge. We're just gonna stop where it makes sense. So we're gonna start laying right here, work our way out, get our string line, and send it down the edge here. I hope you guys are all enjoying this video. We're on to a little time lapse here of me getting the walkway started. And on something small like this, a small application of a walkway, what we're going to do is we're just going to start right up against our stairs here. Because the best thing that you want to see is a nice clean look up against the stairs where you're about to be walking in and out of your front door. That's the most important part. So I'm going to square that off. I got that stake on the other side in the string line. I'm squaring it off with the house, with the measurements here. It's simple as that. As long as you have the same measurement along that line from the farthest point that you can square off from, then you're going to be all set. So now we're going to follow this line. And like I was mentioning before, when you start like this, you lay it out and see where your best spot is to stop the walkway. You don't have to have an exact measurement in mind when you're doing the pavers. Really, wherever your joint line makes most sense to stop it. I have enough room for one more border brick, and I'll be fine, and I can just run that bond straight down and have no cuts that whole length of the walkway on the right side here. So we use a lot of Techo-Bloc products. This is, like I showed you, Chestnut Brown, and then the Villagio border brick in a Merlot color. And it's a really sharp look. It matches this house pretty. All the brickwork, the reds with the brick matches the border, and then the joint lines pretty much of all the bricks is like the reg pavers pretty good. So it's laying out pretty nice here. I'm going to show you guys a few of the things, how I cut these pavers and stuff. Like right here, I'm going to be just laying out the border and in a way that looks good to me. And you know, you can do this all sorts of ways. Me personally, I like to lay the actual bricks out, and then as you can see, I can kind of tweak it a little bit until it looks exactly how I want it to look as a finished product. So I'll take my pencil here and trace out the lines, and now I'm going to score the pavers, and that's the line that I want to cut. Now all the pavers are marked on the other side over there to make the mess in that one spot instead of all over the flower bed in the house. We cut water as much as possible, keeps the silica dust down, and makes your blade last a little bit longer throughout its lifetime. But I'm going to show you guys how we cut in real time coming up here, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we styling. We got the walkway all laid and cut up to right here. Then he just did our corner transition of our border pavers. Came out nice. We have this all marked out, what we're going to cut, so that's going to be my next move. I'm going to score this line, and then Ben's just going to be bringing me cuts back and forth, and we'll get this all set. At which point I can lay more pavers while Benny does the border behind me. So let's do it.
Hey, that was a freaking cut, dude.
Yeah, well, it's around.
Let's see if it fits right.
With the water for a little while?
I think so. Nice. There's that.
Hope you guys are enjoying this Paver Walkway installation video. If you're just joining me in this playlist and you haven't seen how we got to where we are now, check out the 3 previous videos of how we excavated, how we backfilled, and how we screeded the bedding stone that we're laying these pavers on. Check those videos out if you're interested in how to prep for a project like this, and you can learn how to prepare the base. But as of now, we're just going to continue laying out these pavers. We're at a point now that the cuts in front of the stairs and around the back of the walkway are done. So Ben can start installing the border brick while I lay out the rest of the main walkway pavers. The main things we look for, and to make sure we don't do, as you can see I'm pulling up some pavers, is making sure our joint lines aren't too long. 3 pavers, 4 at the max before you have to break up a joint line. And you don't want 4 ways. And what a 4-way is when 4 pavers, all the edges meet together and it looks like a little 4-way intersection. It's not going to actually hurt anything structurally in your patio. It's just something that takes away from the random look. Kind of looks like it's where pavers meet up. So if you want a nice random look, try to stay away from 4 ways. Sometimes it's hard to, but if you can, just stay away from 4-way. And don't lay out very long joint lines. That's about the only things that I try not to do when I'm laying the pavers out. Other than that, you just lay it randomly and you take it 1 layer at a time. You don't want to start digging through layers to get the sizes that you need, because you're going to end up being left over with a lot of one size or the other. So use the entire layer as it's given to you, and make it work until you dig down into the next layer. That's just the only way you can do it with a nice random pattern like this. So I'm pretty much laid out. We got some cutting to do on this right side, but my battery SD card ran out of memory.
Okay. I have to apologize, everyone. I just have about 4 minutes left on this SD card, which is why I couldn't film anymore, but the walkway is done.
So I wanted to mention as well, we use concrete on our edges for our paver restraint, and that's because we use open grade base, and there's really no good spike or plastic edging system out there for open grade base. And I think even if there was, I would still stick to concrete. It's structurally more sound and will last longer, in my opinion.
Nice curves into the mailbox. Curves to match the landing. Came out mint. I wish I had a little bit more content of us laying it and cutting it, but like I said, unfortunately I just didn't have the memory on my SD card. But there it is. Looks really good. Front's all graded out, loomed, ready for hydro seed. Between the backyard and the front yard and the side yard, we used 45 cubic yards of topsoil here, so no shortage of that. I'm gonna walk around and show you guys the back in a minute, but there's the front walkway, all set, looking mint. Just need to do polymeric sand another day. So there it is. Thanks for watching this video, guys.
Alright, be sure to check out the next video of how we put the joint sand in these pavers. We're going to be using a pretty new to the market product called Easy Joint, and it's applied with water and is somewhat permeable, is what they tell us. So make sure you check out that next video, and that will finish off this walkway install. Thanks for watching. God bless.